Hello, everybody. Teri Barr here, and I am so excited to have joining me Kaylin Kole. Kaylin is the newest, hottest thing coming up right now. And if you haven't heard her music or looked her up, you're going to want to be doing this. Hi, Kaylin. Thanks for being here.
Hello from Nashville, Tennessee.
Ha ha. Wisconsin girl moving to Nashville. Why did you
Yes.
decide to do that? You pretty much did that right after school.
Yeah, so I actually graduated early from high school in January of 2019. And so November hit in 2019, and I made the move to Nashville. And I knew about a handful of people down here, but just having a job throughout those months really just allowed me to not have to work as much as I would have if I didn't have that time.
Mhm.
So I was out going to bars, meeting people, having these sort of connections just to help with songwriting and then like doing co-writes. And then that turned into, hey, I do shows. Do you want to do some with me? So it just all it was a snowball effect of who you know and the opportunity is given to you. And I'm just really grateful for all of them. But yeah, it's kind of a weird town because even though there's a lot of people here, everybody knows everybody. So
I can only imagine. And of
yeah,
course, you've got some great support back here in Wisconsin that
yes,
I'm lucky enough to know these folks too, Derek Ramnerace and Shondell Marks. But also,
yes.
I have to point out that when I first met you in a radio studio, your dad was along. And I could tell
Yeah.
that your family is just incredibly important to you, but super supportive too. What does that mean?
I first off, I am very thankful for the small community I have back home. I was born in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and I've got a handful of people up there that always egg me on. And then in Portage, Wisconsin, that's where I usually went to school and met all these awesome people. And I did theater at the Zona Gale in Portage, so I have a lot of those people like Bev Chotka. She was a director there, and Zan Johnson gave me opportunities. Tom McEvely, there's just a list of people, and
Yeah.
definitely trained too. He gave me opportunities, like through worship team at church, but also Zona Gale. There's just so many people to thank, but you know who you are if you're watching this. I love you. But also just like the community that came out to my shows to support me. I went before I moved. I actually used my church, my home church back home, Bethlehem Lutheran, to put on a like farewell show almost just for leaving the area and coming down here. And
Yeah.
it sold out, and I was just so surprised and just so grateful at the same time because it made me very emotional of how many people believed in me and still do, which is
Oh,
awesome. I mean,
yes.
I still get messages almost every day of random, people that I keep in touch with back home, like, hey, how are you doing? Anything coming out soon? So it's just really nice to have that people back home. So
Oh, yeah. We are supporting you all the way. And it's
thanks.
so exciting to watch what's happening right now because you did put some new music out there. And
Yes.
I have to ask you, how's it going? How does it feel to bring this new baby into the world?
Yeah. Well, like it's just it's so cool how your ideas can turn into something so beautiful and personal at the same time. And this new song is called Love Me That Way. And it actually has a really cool story with it. So, a guy that I dated way, way long ago, senior year, him and I were actually born in the same area. And so we kind of connected off that. And he does music too. And he plays amazing piano. So he actually sent me this voice memo when we were together. And I was like, this is awesome. I love it. And it actually turned out to be the melody behind Love Me That Way.
Oh,
Um, it's such a cool, like, just heartfelt story from my point of view of just life in general and like you know multiple people inspired that story. But yeah, I'm just really thankful that one, he allowed me to use that, but
mm,
also we have something just collectively that we're proud of, and it's really cool. And I actually have a lyric video out too on YouTube for Love Me That Way. It just came out last week and it's doing really well actually for a lyric video. I was, thinking like maybe 200 stream or views by the end of the week, but it definitely surpassed that. And I was pleasantly surprised.
That is so great. You also heard something from Spotify. Fill us in.
Yeah. So today, actually, I got an email saying that I am on a playlist, an editorial playlist for Spotify. It's called Fresh New Finds, or Fresh Finds Pop. Yes.
Okay.
And it has over 150,000 listeners. And it was weird because, I had so many amount of streams on Spotify before that, but just being on that playlist helps artists like me, independent artists, so much because your streams automatically just go up. And so I was like, jaw dropped at work. I was like, are you kidding? Like, this is so
yay.
So, it's so cool as like
what would you say, having moved to Nashville, obviously it's been the right thing to do. Do you feel like this is part of your goal and where you're trying to put yourself next?
I think so.
Yeah.
I kind of moved right before COVID, and then that was that had paused a lot of things, or at least slowed down a lot of things for me. But I've got goals for this year, whether it be like personal goals, business and music related, and I'm ready to just really crush them this year. But I have a couple of shows coming up, and I have this next song actually coming out in February, which I'm super excited about. And I've been in the studio, and we're looking at a small EP coming out probably in the summer. So,
that's great.
I know, I'm very excited because I finally feel like I, am headed in the right direction with my music. And it's just, you want to obviously cater to your audience as an artist, but you also want to true to your heart. And I've definitely been able to do both so far. So I'm very pleased with all that.
That's wonderful. And I have to say, the first time I heard you sing, you opened your mouth and I just kind of was like, what? This girl's going places. And it's so fun to be able to kind of be on this ride and watch you and see what happens.
Okay.
And for those who do want to follow you, what are the best ways to find you on social media? And I have to say, you're hilarious on Facebook, especially. And you've got your hashtag that you're always going with. What is it? Kole Nation. Yeah. Hashtag Kole Nation. KOLENATION. Kole Nation. Why couldn't I remember that?
Well, actually, like a lot of like Swifties or whatever for Taylor Swift, I was like, I want to create one for my following and all my friends that, believe in me. And so I just made that up. It's just my, last name. And I think it's really fun. And I am mainly active on Instagram and Facebook. And I also, you can obviously listen to my music on all platforms. I've got Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Deezer, all of these crazy. They have so many areas where you can listen to people's music now. So, but all the things. Yeah.
I love it. Everybody go find her. You'll enjoy it. She is not a boring person on social media. Yeah, very fun. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now comes the ask. Would you do a song?
Yes, of course.
Oh, good. Okay. What will we hear?
Let's see. I think I'm gonna actually do the next one that's coming out. So it's called Saddest Birthday Ever. And I wrote this like a couple of years ago, actually. And this was my first birthday here in Nashville. And you know how, like, my parents personally, whenever I have a birthday, they like wake me up in the morning and they're like, happy birthday. And then at the end of the day, like, I usually have school because it lands on a weekday, but at the end of the day, my grandparents would come over and we'd all have cake and just celebrate and stuff. And, it was just like a coming of age, like being an actual adult in a big city, like realization, like, man, I am here doing this amazing music thing, but
Yeah.
like it's like my first birthday, like technically alone, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
God bless for social media. Am I right?
And way to take it and turn it into a song.
Yeah. I was,
Okay.
all righty, I'll grab my handy dandy guitar.
Excellent. Excited to hear it.
Yeah. No message on my voicemail, was hoping you would call me. It's not that big a deal, but nobody planned the party. A month ago, we wasted so much money on a hotel room, and now we won't go. I know it's over, but I take it so much harder when I'm living so much farther from home. I'm not going out tonight, don't wanna deal with strangers. I call on my friends and cry, cause a year ago I had it better. And if I go out tonight, I'll casually tell the waiter that you wouldn't make the drive, and it's the saddest birthday ever. The saddest birthday ever. Oh, the saddest birthday ever. Ooh. Maybe I'm dramatic, but you still make me homesick. Oh, ooh. You told me that you love me, said move here if you mean it. You didn't. Well, I could use a hug right now. Haven't had one since I moved out, and I'm all alone. Oh yeah. I know that it's over, but it's harder when I'm living so much farther from home. I'm not going out tonight, don't wanna deal with strangers. I call on my friends and cry, but a year ago I had it better. And if I go out tonight, I'll casually tell the waiter that you wouldn't make the drive, and it's the saddest birthday ever. The saddest birthday ever. Oh, the saddest birthday ever. Ooh, no. Well, everybody's far away who knows my name. Oh, 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 oh. Wishing it was different. You felt the same. You felt the same. I'm not going out tonight. I don't wanna deal with strangers. I call on my friends and cry, cause a year ago I had it better. And if I go out tonight, I'll casually tell the waiter that you wouldn't make the drive, and it's the saddest birthday ever. The saddest birthday ever. Oh, the saddest birthday ever. Ooh, it's the saddest birthday. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh, yeah, the saddest birthday.
Whew. Wow. That song, just everything with your voice and the way you present it.
Thank you.
I'm hoping for a hit, but I'm also
Oh.
hoping you have no more sad birthdays.
Yes. I love how you can just take one feeling and then like amplify it just in order for your audience to really understand what you mean.
Mhm.
I loved the team that worked on that song with me, Camden Mueller and Ricky Randall. I want to give them a shout out. And the producer, his name's John Luke Lewis. He's here in Nashville, but does music and produces all around. And he's just phenomenal. I just cannot wait for you guys to hear that one. So,
Well, thank you for sharing it here.
of
And we
course.
will definitely be listening for it. You know, it is one of those too that as you're listening to the words, I think anybody can relate because we've all
Yeah.
been there. We've all been somewhere where something is happening, but you're there alone and you don't get to celebrate with those you're used to celebrating with. And the last 2 years feel a little bit like that a lot too. So it ties, it's got some emotion there on so many different levels.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. this past couple of years, I've definitely grown a lot. Just, you have to kind of sit with yourself in these moments, and that kind of learned a lot about myself. So, I only may be 20, but I definitely feel like super wise.
Yeah. I would say you are an old soul. There's an old
Yeah.
soul in there, and I cannot wait to see where this old soul of yours, where this all takes you next, Kaylin. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for spending time with us.
course. Yeah. Thank you so much for just asking me to do this. And I'm really looking forward to, all these new things coming ahead. And I just hope that you are staying safe and having fun up
Oh.
there. And maybe I'll see you around since I'm going to be.
I look forward to that. And yes, we'll be keeping our eyes on you. So there you
Yes.
go. Everybody, Kaylin Kole. Let's make sure I spell your name so people can find you on all the socials. Kaylin Kole, Kole. Go and
Yes.
find her, and you will be so glad you did.
Yes. I
Kaylin,
made it
thank you.
iteration. Yes.
I love it. I do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.